Okay, we're doing office hours. We're going to do short office hours today because, why are we doing short office hours? We're doing short office hours because I don't have a lot of time. I have to go do real office hours right away on the Math Help Center. So, pop out chat. There we go. Got to do this manually still. Oh, did it pop out? Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay. No one here yet because it's early. We just started. May as well start here. You see I have the Wikipedia page for the symplectic group open. Oh, hello. Yeah, so I guess I was just looking at the symplectic group last night. It's relevant to my research. I'm hoping to get a preprint of a paper up on the archive pretty soon. And there was some example using the symplectic group. So I was just looking up, reminding myself of some particular facts about it. Yeah. So, there's no math questions in chat yet. Maybe, well, I'll get my notepad open. But we'll go check Reddit for our daily math news. I mean, this is my normal process. Whether I, oh yeah, this is interesting. I saw this post yesterday. Math Sorcerer potentially selling AI generated books. That's brutal. That's brutal. Oh, Deepak, you're on time today. Awesome. Yeah, so I don't know if any of you have seen The Math Sorcerer. I've never really watched it because it seems... I've clicked on some videos and clicked through some videos, but it seems like maybe the advice is the videos are aimed at younger mathematicians or something. Not that I don't ever watch that content either, but I do remember there was one video I saw where he was talking about the math that you need for financial mathematics. And I could be wrong, I don't know this guy's background, but I was like, I don't know how qualified this guy is to be talking about that. Like, I don't know if he actually has, like, any actual serious quant finance experience. Not that I do either, by the way. I mean, it's something I've considered and looked into. So, but yeah, I saw that one. I just remember that one video, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So, in some sense, it's moderately less surprising to see that this is happening, but it's really unfortunate. Yeah, video now has comments disabled, and I mean this guy also has a pretty big following, and that's the concerning thing too. Is so this is just one thing that like people notice that has come to light, but then I think well, what other like bad information has he been feeding people over the years? Having, I don't know, does he have millions of viewers? I think. Or maybe not millions, but he's got a lot. Like he's got a decent amount, and so that's a little bit concerning, and very unfortunate because, well, I clicked through his videos before and I didn't get the I don't know, I didn't get the impression that he had like a ton of authority to be speaking on these things. Definitely seemed like he knew what he was talking about in a lot of these areas, and it seemed like, he was um, inspirational. He was sort of positive, like, oh, kind of a like, you can do it. Here's how you study and take on these courses, kind of voice, which might have been helpful for a lot of people. So yeah, kind of an unfortunate thing to see. Um, Draw several months of funding. Yeah, the crazy situation going on in the States with funding. Mm, Math YouTube recommendations. My channel, obviously. Recommendation number one. Mm, no, there's a lot of other good channels out there. Um, Actually, there's some underrated. I should just make a list for every time people ask this question, because I get tired of typing out the same ones again and again. Where's my... Okay, those are videos from subscriptions. I just want to find my list of subscriptions, so people I subscribe to. Um, hmm. Is it here? Oh yeah, subscriptions. Yeah, so there's a lot of... Okay, there's plenty of non-math things in here, but I would there I think I have a lot of good underrated math channels. Peak Math has this awesome series going on about L functions, and they want to talk about F1 geometry is sort of the ultimate goal. Very Normal is a good, I think, underrated stats channel. Sheafification of G should also be more popular than it is, 100%. But maybe it's a little more known. Um, um, what are some of my favorites here? Oh, Manifolds in Maryland. I'm going to Maryland, by the way. Yeah, so next week there's going to be not no, but very little office hours, I think, because I'll be getting up early to sit in conferences all day. Mm. This guy hasn't posted for a while, which is in some sense unsurprising. Um, he had a very ambitious goal of trying to teach himself the proof of Fermat's theorem, starting from like basic set theory. But I hope he sticks with it, because that's fun. I like to check in on him every once in a while. Okay, here's a super underrated math channel. Math curator Zana Chen. Um, yeah, her channel is so fantastic. It looks like she hasn't posted in a while, unfortunately. But yeah, look at this. Like, what is reciprocity law? Class field theory summarized. History of class field theory. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I like math history. I like reading about. I've got Paul Halmosh's autobiography. There's this, what is it? It's like the Book of Apocryphal Stories or something. It's like this book of like, yeah, math lore and funny anecdotes and stuff. And some history books too. Some books on like the history of mathematics and whatnot. Yeah, but these are great videos if you want to learn about stuff like class field theory and Galois theory and things like that. I hope she gets back to making videos sometime soon, because her channel is fantastic, super underrated, definitely does not have enough views. Um, Rubin Maths? I don't really remember that one. Yeah. Kenersha, that's another one. Actually, I think they did get pretty popular for a while. Um, They have some good videos on the Millennium Prize problems, like the Hodge conjecture and stuff like that. Um, Bark Tree also had a bit of a boom for a while. Got sort of got popular, but they only made like a couple videos, and then I guess they got too busy to keep going. But very nice first couple videos on algebraic topology. Yeah, is that all of them? What else are? I mean, okay, there's other ones that are obviously other channels like worth mentioning, like Chalk and A Live Zero and stuff. But I think I'm just not making a point to mention those because I think they're definitely more known. You know, um, I feel like there's so many. I feel like there's more that I'm missing that are some like ones that I think are really underrated, uh, heavily underrated math channels. Yeah, there's one for number theory. Oh, where is it? Maybe the channel's gone? No, it can't be. Um, what's the channel now? Uh, Algebraic number theory series. Uh, huh. I can't remember the guy's name. The guy's name was in the title or the channel name or something. Ah, yeah, Billy Woods. Billy Woods. These are the videos. So this is a great video series, especially so last was it last time or was it the time before? People were in here asking about like um, principal ideal domains and unique factorization and like primes and rings and stuff. So this fantastic series to get into that. Yeah, highly recommend. Mm, thank you. Thank you for yeah, saying my channel's underrated. I agree. Um um what else we got here? Sheafification is an awesome channel. Yeah. Yeah, I love the mix of like high level math and programming and sheafification. Um Fantastic stuff. Um History, big picture, smooth transition. Yeah, for sure. Rhoda's books. I've never actually read any of Rhoda's books, to be honest, but maybe this is a sign I need to pick some up. In my extensive library of textbooks that I own, I don't have any of his. Um, yeah, guess I gotta change that. What do I think of Math Life Balance? Yeah, I like Math Life Balance. I think she was starting to do a series on K theory, being the name of my channel, despite the fact I do very little K theory. But I'm not sure if that series continued. I was planning on watching it and following along, but I haven't seen any uploads for a while. But I do like the interviews. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I like math history. I like math lore. I like math culture. So I enjoy watching some of her interviews, and she's interviewed some pretty famous people, some pretty big names in the field. Oh, breaking the boycott. Someone said earlier. I missed. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't. Somehow, I don't think that me going to some math conference for a couple days is going to be a huge thing in the wake of the boycott. But we'll see. Hopefully, the American-Canadian Civil War doesn't break out while I'm there. I'll be in an awkward position then. Um, should be fine. Um, Where was I gonna go? I was gonna look at something else. Favorite interview with Professor um, Zakharevich? I haven't seen that one. I should maybe I should check that one out. I should check that one out. What graduate algebra reference do I recommend? Really depends. I mean, I think Alufi is simply one of the greatest um, graduate, or let me just say one of the best algebra books, because it's got so much content. You could you could teach a whole sequence like algebra 1, algebra 2, algebra 3. You could teach it out of that book, right? So you just, you know, I mean, nowadays you can get books online and everything, but it's still nice to have a hard copy, and so you can just tell your undergrads to buy a Luffy day one, and that book will still be on their shelf when they get to grad school, right? So I think it's a wonderful book, a valuable resource. In particular, it's really good for self study because it puts a lot of stuff in the questions, and it sometimes has like a talkative style of explanation, but not overbearing in the way that some people find Hatcher's algebraic topology to be overbearing, for example. Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah. Again, my answer would maybe change depending on like what specific things you're looking for in algebra. There's a ton of other algebra books, and there's like Eisenbud. Like if you're trying to do algebraic geometry or something, right? Then like most people recommend. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. I can't think of what's the name. Famous McDonald, Atia McDonald. That's one of the like main texts. People say, "Oh, read this," before you jump into schemes. There's also I think a book by Eisenbud called Commutative Algebra with a view towards algebraic geometry. So that's also really good. Like, okay, I'm working up to doing algebraic geometry. That's a good book. Um, I don't know how Luffy compares to Hungerford, for example. Humbled you in chapter one. Yeah, fair, fair. I mean, there's also there's the books can be good and also humbling. Like books can be good and difficult. I was just talking about the other day. I was talking with a student about Peter May's concise course in algebraic topology, and yeah, concise is accurate. There are so many parts of the arguments and explanations I don't understand. There's so much of this book I still don't understand, but I still like to open it up and read it and see if I understand a little more every once in a while. And it's still a good source of inspiration. There's interesting maybe ways of describing certain theorems or looking at things that you don't really see in other books, or at least I haven't seen in other books. So, yeah. When will we be mass producing math theorems by computers? I don't know, but it's not inconceivable that, to me, that computers could be producing theorems that are interesting to humans and more frequently. I mean, I don't really think it's a matter. I don't think the when really makes sense, right? It's just sort of gonna like slowly ramp up. Like when did mechanical tractors take over scythes in the field? Well, in some parts of the world they still haven't, right? But slowly, as like tractors got better and more affordable and more accessible, it sort of like spread throughout the world, and as like production increased, whatever. So I think this is the same way. Like we've already like slowly just computers. Never mind like Yeah, so computers have aided the mathematical process more and more and more, and allowed us to learn more and learn faster and produce more theorems more and faster in a multitude of different ways. Whether that's in terms of just organization or accessing content or computing power, and so it's this gradual thing. And so yeah, when are computers? Well, they're already helping us. They like by the standards of 100 years ago, computers are helping us mass produce theorems, and I think this is only just going to increase as we get better at these technologies. Also have that book and sent me back to Moncrief. Yeah, so Moncrief is the other book that yeah, I mean a concise course it's much too concise, but I think it's good to be exposed to this very advanced material. Moncrief is a great place to start. People have mixed feelings about Hatcher. Yeah. If you skip the category part, Alufi is a very good reference. Sure, but the part of what makes Alufi such a good reference is if you keep the category part. Because I think there's this sort of myth that category theory is like very abstract and difficult, and maybe it's presented in this way sometimes, but I really think if we just exposed people to it earlier, it would be less of this like psychologically mysterious thing. And research in modern algebra, like category is just a language that you want to know how to speak. It's just a good language to speak if you're doing algebra in the modern age. So a book that slowly slips in little pieces of algebra that says, hey, by the way, we're dealing with groups. By the way, here's, the Cartesian product of groups. It satisfies the universal property of groups. Of products. What a nifty little thing. Dudonna's Foundations did that to me. Yeah, I could imagine that his books, back then, I don't know how polished people were thinking about their pedagogy, and he's also like a super genius. Not that super geniuses can't write for low level people, but yeah, not to say that you're low level. Everyone in this chat right now is uber Chad giga mathematician, but. Yeah, waiting for them to nerf the tractors. The farming meta. Yeah, amazing. Finding invariance key to a different theory. Could algorithm do that wonders? Analysis-oriented book for algebraicists. Presented using some category theory algebra. I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but there's a book. What is it? Rayburn Williams? Let me check it out. Rayburn Williams math text. Yeah, Merida equivalence and continuous trace C-star algebras. So this might be I don't know, a level above like what you're aiming for, but it's like functional analysis. Right, C-star algebras, but then what's really cool, so somewhere here in 4 they're talking about like sheaf cohomology, and somewhere they use like cohomology groups to classify something about C-star algebras. I don't remember. I remember like reading like these 2 sections at some point, and I don't really understand the rest of how it goes on. But I'd love to come back to this book because it seems really cool intersection of like sheafy algebra type stuff and functional analysis. Yeah. Ash Modern's algebra book. Yeah, Ash is pretty good. I think that was one of the main references for one of the algebraic number theory courses I took. Yeah, Ash covers a bunch of material. Also, here's a pro tip. If anyone, um, if you don't already know, Keith Conrad. This guy is a lifesaver. Where's his? He's got so many expository papers. Is it in there? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So this guy got me through a bunch of my algebra courses. He's just got all these little notes on everything and a bunch of like worked examples. Computing like class groups of number fields or something like that. But he's got a bunch of stuff, right? Algebra, analysis, topology. Yeah, definitely keep this guy in mind. Wonderful collection of. I'd love to one day have a comparable collection of notes online for people like his. Legend, absolute legend, for real. Oh, that's a good question. I've been learning mathematics. How do I pivot to creating new mathematics? Oh, that's yeah. I don't know. That's tough. I mean, that's part of maybe what grad school does. Yeah, I don't know. That's a longer question. I need to go. I need to end the stream and go right away. But um, that's a really good question. Uh, I see there's other good questions in chat. Analysis 2 parts described objects functions over an algebra act as a classification of these functions. Yeah, sorry. I wanna answer both these questions, but I really do have to run off. Uh, maybe I'll try and lead with this. I don't know when I'm gonna do my next stream. Maybe tomorrow morning. I'll leave the streams online, so I'm gonna take a screenshot of these um, of chat here, and address more of these questions maybe tomorrow. And then if you don't happen to be there for the live stream, the video will still be on afterwards because it's a really interesting question. Yeah, how to pivot to doing creative mathematics. I think I could say a lot about it, which may or may not be helpful, but I can say a lot about it. I'm not promising they'll be helpful, but anyways.